Good morning, Leo. This is going to be your video, the last in my my series. And then I'm going to take me a little break for a few days and recharge my energy and my battery, and then I'll be getting started on these again. I got through them pretty quickly, but you know, I've got plenty of time with everything being closed and not much to do. Which I'm pretty introverted anyway. I spend a lot of time at home, so like I absolutely love it. I live in Indiana, and I love it when we have a snowstorm and everything closes down because I get to stay home. Business can wait. You know, and I still have been getting out and getting out in nature, taking walks, going to the park, going down by the river, so it's not like I've been like completely isolated. Just a break from, you know, business, which is really, really nice. I hope everybody is well. I've been saying in all of my other videos, make sure you are not feeding into the energy of fear that everyone seems to be feeding into right now, because the sooner you can distract yourself with something else, the sooner this thing stops growing into bigger than what it is. It's already grown into like this really big thing. And the reason why is because when one person focuses their energy on something, it manifests. So, you know, as a collective energy, we're all focused on the same shit. So, with that being said, try to find something to distract yourself with. I'm not saying don't be safe. I'm not saying don't, you know, take this seriously. All I'm saying is that find something to distract your energy with, like to focus your energy on something else. Collectively, this needs to be done. Give me some cards for Leo. And we got two. They were stuck together. That was a bonus. Let me pull one of the Romance Angel cards to clarify this Ace of Cups. But you know, I don't always need, you know, clarifiers, but I used to. But since I've become more like in alignment with my soul, which was a painful experience, by the way, and it really only just recently happened. You know, I've been using spirit guides to help me with my readings, but you know, over like the past week, I had a very, very painful shift. Very painful shedding of the ego. Really had to clear out some shit, face my shadow side. You know, and the ego wants you to say, okay, I'm done. I'm completely where I need to be at. That's the ego. The soul always wants expansion and growth. So, you know, if you realize that there's never going to be like an end game, like, oh, I've arrived, and I don't know how many times. And, you know, I've done it too. I've been like, you know, or I've heard other people say, I'm completely this, I'm completely that, I'm completely healed. And anyone who knows me knows I'm not a big healer. You know, Eckhart Tolle, who I really adore, says that we have this pain body that we take on from like our human conditioning. And it becomes like an entity of its own, and we identify with it. So basically, it's not so much healing as it is releasing that. Or what I had to do was to really show it love. I had to really show it love is what I had to do, and love that scared inner child. But what I was saying was, so many times I would hear people say, oh, I'm completely healed, and I'm done, I'm complete, I'm whole, which we are complete and whole, but that's the ego that wants to say that. And no sooner than I've ever said that shit, oh, I feel amazing, I've completely achieved complete balance, here comes the shit storm to show me that, you know, there's more to work on. And how boring would it be if you didn't have more things to work on? The journey itself is the destination. So that's my little spiel. But I have come into alignment with my soul. And with that being said, I feel like I'm more connected now, universally speaking. Am I done? No, because that's ego-based. We have the Five of Cups, sadness. So, I'm feeling, that this is some sort of heartache or pain. And this is nostalgia. This is you looking back on the ending of a relationship. You've been very nostalgic about it. You've been having a lot of regrets. And I'm feeling like for a lot of you, it was you that ended this. Maybe you felt like you weren't ready, or you felt like this person was going to hurt you somehow. And so your fears really took over. And maybe you went back to your old ways of, maybe playing the field, dating several people at a time, just so that you would not have to actually face these fears. And so now you have regrets about this relationship. Maybe this person's even moved on with someone else, and, they ended up, it seems like they would have been a great catch after all. They were like the one that got away. I'm going to pull another. I'm dealing with a mouse right now. And I just heard the fucker. God, if I see it. Yes, I still have a fear of mice. And to be honest with you, I'm about to face that fear. I need to get some sticky traps today. Oh my God, I heard the fucker moving. Okay, back to what I was doing. I'm sorry. Yes, that is my final fear. One, besides heights. Main female. So yes, you were very scared that this person could not settle down. You were scared that they were not going to be what you were looking for. And the spiritual guidance that's coming through right now is that, you know what? Maybe this person needed this other relationship that they're in, and you need this time yourself to prepare you, because I really feel like this connection that you have with this person is not over with. It's on a pause right now, and it's on a pause so that you can face those things, face those fears that actually came up when you were actually trying to have a relationship with this person, but you actually ran away, because I'm sensing that you ran away. Nightmare, psychic protection, shield, bad dreams. Baby, you're dreaming about this person. You can't get them off your mind. But what I'm feeling like this had to completely come to an end. And the reason why it had to completely come to an end is because, have you ever completely walked away from something, focused your energy on something else? Remember, like I said, with this whole coronavirus thing. And before you know it, it just dissipates. It just completely disappears. And then before you know it, it comes back to you, but in a better way. That's the energy that I'm getting, that this has to completely come to an end. I know that's kind of painful. Believe me, I've been through it. But it has to completely come to an end, and you have to completely clear your energy. And you have to do that without the intention of doing this to bring it back. You have to actually really mean it, because the universe reads energy. So really check in with your intention and choose yourself. And choose the intention right now that you want to learn how to live without this person. Am I saying this because this is not going to come back around? No, I'm trying to help you so that you can come around again. It's almost going to be like a circle, but you can't fool the universe. Four of Wands reward. The Four of Wands, and I don't do a lot with twin flames anymore, even though I am on a twin flame journey. I don't talk about it because it's really disgraceful to the soul. It's an inner journey. It has nothing to do with romance. It has nothing to do with a relationship. It has to do with spiritual awakening and really connecting with yourself on a soul level, which, you know, I've been working on. But this is typically the twin flame card in the deck. So a lot of people are on a twin flame journey and they don't realize it. The physical form of the twin flame is often labeled as a narcissist. And I've been really channeling a lot of information. Humans really want to label things. They want to understand it and understand the physical form of the twin flame is nothing more, and follow me, nothing more than a hologram that has your subconscious fears in it, your shadow side that you have to face, that they show you. You align to lessons. They come back in and help you balance out more and more. It's not about romance. They're not actually doing anything. So a lot of people who are like, oh, I have this narcissistic ex who keeps coming back, twin flames. Believe it or not. So some of you are actually on a twin flame journey, but be very careful because there's a lot of false information out there. A lot of false information. If anyone would like, and like I said, I don't really, I'm not a twin flame teacher. I don't focus on it anymore. But if you want some real information on twin flames, El Hari, Be With Your Twin Flame, here on YouTube, or New World All-Star Twin Flame, I think is what it's called. Kurt, he's really good too. Those are the two I'd recommend. Anybody other than that, stay the hell away from, because it's a bunch of bullshit. And that's what helped me to align to my soul. And that's my spiel, and I'm going to leave it alone. False person. Once again, this clarifies that Four of Wands. This is that energy that I'm picking up on. There's more going on than what meets the eye. The illusions here. You've got to be able to see through the illusions. And once again, check out those two on YouTube. They're great. We have the Lover's card. You know, so a choice is being made. And you'll know if this other person is your twin flame, because whenever you reach out for them, like, it almost feels like you're chasing them and like they're just not interested. And then, you know, no sooner than you go on and start doing your own thing, here they come again. Yeah. So the choice is not between somebody that you are actually seeing physically, like, you know, maybe you've moved on and you have a new relationship and now you're like, what do I do? You know, this person keeps coming back in. The choice is going to be between you and this new person, because understand, it's like comparing apples and oranges. And like I said, you know, follow on those two on YouTube because they explain it much better, and I'm not a twin flame teacher. But if you are being presented with the choice between two people, okay, really meditate right now. And you know what? Your own soul will guide you as to what it is that you're supposed to do. And you may find that you can't completely connect with this person from your past anyway. Like, it's not even going to be a complete option right now, especially if it's something that you're really focused on, because that is the one thing that you can focus your energy on and not manifest, trust me, because it's your own soul. Sorry, I've lost a few people. But the spiritual guidance that's coming in right now is to make sure that you are meditating daily, getting outdoors, taking walks, and stay away from all the bubblegum bullshit, spirituality stuff that's online. Ace of Cups, love. What a beautiful energy this is. And love is a state of being. It is who you are at the source, at your core. It's not what somebody else is doing for you. It's not conditional at all. It is, love is not a verb. Like I said, it's a vibe. And you are on a journey to rediscover what love really is, and you're going to do that. And this connection that you have with this other person is not going anywhere. But for the time being, the two of you kind of need this space to really learn and really prepare and understand there's more going on than what meets the eye. But sometimes when we're on a path of spiritual awakening, we need spoon-fed. We can't know everything right away. So stop trying to control and stop trying to know everything. Just accept what's happening right now, and that it's perfect in every way, and it's all part of the process. Getting to know each other, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So a lot of you are getting to know yourselves on a soul level, but not just that, you have this new person that you're seeing. And you want to really be open with them. A lot of times, people will say and do things that we take very, very personally. You got to understand other people are going through their own shit. So try not to take things too personally right now, and try to have compassion. Try to understand that a lot of times people are showing you yourself where you are vibrating at and what you need to work on. So do look for the lessons in everything. But this new connection is here. This new person is here to help teach you and help guide you. And this is the path that you're supposed to take right now, if you were wondering. So that kind of solves this question here, choice between two people. Nine of Swords, anxiety. Release the anxiety about the future. So many people are worried about the future right now, and the future hasn't even gotten here yet. The only moment that's real at all is the present moment. And if you can really be present and really be grounded, that's where the magic is. You're so close to the magic right now. And anxiety is nothing more than non-presence. You're focused on the past, you're focused on the future. Because in the present moment, where you're at right now, if you can start telling yourself everything is perfect, everything's happening just like it's supposed to, and really surrender to it, you'll release this anxiety. Financial constraints. Everybody, is experiencing these. We've had so many shutdowns, people are out of work. But really start having gratitude. Find one thing today, just one thing today to be grateful for. If you can find 3 or 4, that's even better. If you can find 5, but start a gratitude journal and start finding things daily to be grateful for, and stop focusing on what you don't have. So when you focus on what you don't have, you'll have more of what you don't have. If you find things to be grateful for, you will have more things to be grateful for. That's just how the law of attraction works. The law of attraction is in effect daily in our lives. You don't have to sit and say mantras, although they do help because they help convince your subconscious. The law of attraction's at work all the time. It's how things work. But you can become conscious of it and you can start working with the energy. 7 of Pentacles, potential. So yes, that's what I was picking up on. Really try to raise your consciousness right now and really try to sit back and focus on be conscious and be aware of every single time you judge a situation, you judge yourself, you fall into, that place of despair, of that victim mode. I had to really clear that out myself, where I was like, man, I had to come face to face with it. Man, I was like, things don't ever completely work out the way I want them to. That's a whole vibe in itself that does manifest. So make sure if you have any of these type patterns or cycles in your thought process that you become conscious, you become aware of them. the sun. When you get the sun card in a reading, it is the most positive card in the deck that you can get. It doesn't get any better than this. So this means that everything, you are on the right path. Everything is unfolding and it's going to work out perfectly just the way that you want it to. Now understand, whatever it is that we want, the universe already knows. You don't have to do anything but clear any blocks to it. And this can be stories that you're telling yourself. So check anywhere that you are blocking abundance, happiness, health by telling yourself shitty stories, and tell yourself better stories. We got a lot of cards. A lot of cards came out. So this is like the most cards that have fell out for like any sign over the past week. So bear with me. We're going to go a little bit over. I try to keep my readings at about 20 minutes or a little bit more, but we're already at 21. Queen of Pentacles, kindness. Make sure that whatever has happened to you in the past, that it does not harden your heart. It does not make you cold. Still be kind to others. And this is part of that sympathy that I was picking up on. That other people, like if someone says something offensive, or if they hurt your feelings somehow, understand that's a reflection of where they're at vibrating. A lot of times we will trigger someone else or they will trigger us. And it's just part of that pain body that needs release. So if you can work with the energy, instead of lashing out at other people, that is what you're being asked to do right now. Wow. We have the attachment card. Buddha says that the source of all suffering is attachment. And this can be, codependency, addictions. Any way that you feel like you need something or someone or someplace, you're attached to it. Set the intention to not need anything or anyone. Need is not love. Need is codependency. So really take a look at all the areas that you are attached and start working on releasing that attachment. It can be scary at first, especially, in a relationship. If you start releasing that attachment, you're like, oh my God, my relationship is doomed. It's falling apart because I feel like I no longer care. It's not that you no longer care. It's that you no longer desperately need it. And once you can get out of that energy of desperate need, that the possibilities are endless, and you free yourself from suffering. The World Regeneration. This is the second most positive card in the deck. And when you get the Sun in the World, man, you are on your way. So whatever it is that you've been working on, you're on the right path. And remember, the journey is the destination. And so your spirit guides want you to know right now that you are definitely on the right path. They just want you to connect more to them. Get out of your mind. And how do you connect to your spirit guides? Through meditation. I mean, I just can't stress that enough. I listen to Oriental music, Chinese, Japanese, flute music on YouTube when I meditate, but whatever it is, it can be piano music, be soft rock, whatever, some people listen to like Pink Floyd, whatever it is that helps you to connect to your inner guidance, do that. Transgression, flaws, contradictions, mistake. And this is your energy. You're really feeling like you've screwed up somehow. And like I said, the guidance that's here is that you are on the right path. You have not messed up. And besides, there are no mistakes as long as you learn from them. There's never any mistakes. Because that is where you were at the time. That is where you were vibrating at the time. Now, you can look back, you're in new energy. You've raised your level of consciousness. You've cleared some patterns out, or, whatever cycles you were in. If not, you're moving into that energy. Now you're looking back, you're like, man, I wish I could do things differently. You cannot go back and change the past. And you can't worry about the future. So really be present right now. Now do take whatever lessons that you did learn and apply them. That message just came through loud and clearly. Wow, that's beautiful. Now I am being called to just pull one more card. These are not tarot cards. These are my self-compassion deck. And I'm going to pull one of these because I'm being guided to. Stand up, guy or gal. Regardless of the outcome, can you give yourself credit for a time you stood up for what was right? So once again, I feel like this is another confirmation that you did what was right and that you are on the right path. Let me read that again. Regardless of the outcome, can you give yourself credit for a time you stood up for what was right? And that was this situation here, or whatever it is that you consider to have been a mistake, was not a mistake, was not a transgression. You did what was best for you, and it was right. Beautiful reading, Leo. Well, if anyone would like to have a personal reading, those are $20 right now. I take Venmo, I take Cash App, PayPal, and Facebook Messenger. I will send you your very own video. Reach out to me by email, give me a couple questions, and we'll work out the payment and we'll set it all up. Thank you for watching.